Welcome to the Mystic Syndicate's A Princess of Celene, a Dungeons & Dragons custom content podcast.
Okay, welcome back everybody to the Mystic Syndicate. I am your host, Brian, and this evening I am joined by Melinda, Mike, Pav, and Russ, and we are doing a recap of our current campaign, A Princess of Celene, and we're also going to be doing a Q&A for any questions you may happen to have about the show, about how we go about producing the show or not producing the show. Where does our ideas come from? Where did our characters, where did the character ideas come from and their backstories? Or in the case of Grenna, no backstory. So where did that come from? So if you happen to have a question, please feel free to jump in and ask that. We would love to field any of those types of questions. I know Russ had already thrown a question at me this evening. It was either Dick York or Dick Sargent. So if anybody happens to have an idea or an opinion on that, then feel free to chime in. I'm going to be upfront. I thought I like Dick York personally. I thought he did an okay job, but of course I was also preteen when I was watching this stuff. But I got to say though, Elizabeth Montgomery, in her day, that was a very, very beautiful lady. I'm just going to leave it at that. So guys, glad you all dropped by and hanging out with me this evening.
Whee!
Yeah. So I see that we already have Joseph in the chat. Joseph, welcome back. But yes, like I said, questions, any comments, critiques of what we do here or what we don't do here, is totally open. We love this sort of stuff. I am fine with constructive criticism. Well, that's a good way to put it. Constructive criticism, not constrictive. But other than that, so,
that was the snake.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we feel like choking someone. No.
I am fine.
I have this list. It starts with Ed.
Well, that's a good way to put it. Constructive criticism. Uh-oh, we have some feedback there.
That was the snake.
Not me. That's not me, is it?
Yeah, if you're watching.
Someone's got their YouTube on. Yeah.
I have this list. Oh, that was me.
Okay, good. Yeah, make sure if you're watching the stream at home, participants, make sure to. Yeah, I had the same thing happen when I started the stream. I was listening to our intro music and I was thinking, whoa, there's it's like in stereo quadraphonic sound or something. I was like, I don't know what's happening. But other than that, it was pretty good.
Yeah, that immediately goes to the music cue, living in stereo.
Okay, so Joseph came up with a really good question. How did the party form? And that was episodes 1 through 3. I
still don't know why I'm hanging out with these people.
Because Brian
Formed
says
magically.
It was magical. Yeah.
We all had our backstories. I mean, I was from the Cold Lands, which are way the hell and far away from Bissell.
Right.
And everybody else was more of a Bissellite. It was kind of like, did I miss a memo?
Be as far away from Bissell as.
Yeah.
No, you're Fayish.
Yeah, I would say the person who the character that was so far away from everybody else would have originally been Grenna's character, being a Feywild creature. That was kind of fun. But to answer the question, it was really kind of weird how everybody's. I tried to kind of mash everybody into at least being in one place and give at least somewhat of a reason why they were there. Yarn's was kind of difficult for me at first. Kiffi's, I think, was my second hard one. Pav's was easy. Pav just worked out really, really well. Grenna's worked out okay. Tomas is just a yeah. He actually kind of just wrote himself into it. So I didn't even really have to deal with that. Like I said, Yarn's was the hardest because Yarn was so far removed, and the whole reason that he was there, which I eventually came up with, was that he was apprenticing under Antero. Antero was at that point in time, the master wizard or the grand wizard of Bissell. So, and Antero would end up dying. He would end up dying during the first dragon attack on Pellic. So, yeah. Kiffi's character, also kind of different, but what I was able to tie him in with another NPC who was already in Pellic, and that was Angus Gravelheart. What was it?
Who also died?
Who also died in the dragon attack. But so yeah, I mean, once I was able to kind of put people with different NPCs, that's how we kind of started. Now, if you remember from the first episode, or the like episode 1 and 2, they didn't start in a tavern like most people start, like, oh, we're at a tavern. Oh, look at that. No. They started on a battlefield and there were just bodies flying all over the place. It was a nightmare scenario. But for most of the guys who are here, battle scenarios sometimes was not something, they actually in real life had seen stuff. So it really wasn't that too crazy, but it was different. It was different than the tavern, which everybody meets.
And I admit, I really enjoyed that. That's how that all started, I mean, I wasn't expecting to be a captain of anything. And next thing you know, I have rank and I'm in a battle. I was like,
Yep.
Yeah, when the first thing the DM says to you as a group is roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I didn't really give you a chance to kind of get your feet. It was, here we go, boom. And I know that's kind of out of the ordinary. A lot of times you don't get that, and that's okay. Did you do the same thing in the previous Princess of Celene? Okay. Yes. Yeah, the original Princess of Celene, which actually we started playing back in 2010. Many, many years ago. And it was a 2-year campaign. Which
we're getting close.
Well, I think you guys are actually past the 2-year mark. Because you all have actually done things that they didn't do.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, like you guys did things that they never even got close to do. They never went to the Feywild. They had no reason to go to the Feywild. So you guys went to the Feywild. You actually had a complete storyline that just encompassed that with the Dryad Princess.
Did they do the vampire?
They did do the vampire. Yes, they did fight Nassiful and his nieces in Marydale. Yeah.
Did they flood the cemetery?
No, they did not flood the cemetery. They were actually a little bit more respectful.
Sure.
We just wanted to play and do what?
And we didn't really flood the cemetery. We dug a trench and then we flooded it.
Yeah, that's right. We dug a trench, then flooded.
Yeah. But yeah, so the folks who were playing back in 2010, Like I said, it was a local group. We met at these people's house. I actually met them at, I don't know if you guys are familiar with meetup.com. It's like if you're looking for people to meet up with. So I created a meetup, and we were meeting at this place called, I think it was the Dirty Dwarf or something like that. It was a little restaurant downtown in Lake Worth, Florida. And we all got together, and we found the people that we were looking for. And this husband and wife, they showed up, and so we were playing at their house, and they had this beautiful house. And I'm gonna drop their names because they were just absolutely wonderful people, and I still talk to them today. Jeff and Cheryl. Jeff and Cheryl had this beautiful house. They had a round dining table that weighed a ton, and you could fit easily 10 people around it. And in the center of it was just this gigantic Lazy Susan. So we'd put the map on the Lazy Susan and spin it if somebody needed to reach a miniature. And so everybody had access. I wish I had a picture of this thing. It was nuts. And directly right behind me where I sat was this bookshelf that took up an entire wall. And it had one of those really neat rolling ladders, so you could get to the upper shelves. It was crazy. Wonderful people. But yeah, they one of them, Cheryl, played Melda. She was the original Melda. So yeah. So let's see.
And I think she didn't die in the campaign, right?
No, she didn't. Actually, I would say probably of all the characters who played in that, she did not get touched all that often. I don't think I know that when they went through a couple of really bad places, she walked out without a scratch. There was one where the character Raven, because Raven was in that one, and another a character named Q, they got vaporized. It was bad. They weren't ready.
Not power word kill, right?
Yeah.
Not power word kill, right?
No, it was no power word kill. It was kind of a hearkening back to, for those people who'd ever done Tomb of Horrors, there was this gem in the middle of the floor in this blasted room, and they didn't really take the clues into account. And so they had this gem, and of course, I started the countdown but they didn't put it down. And so they were the two that were left standing in the room as everybody else was searching other rooms.
Yes, he did.
And that thing went off and just cooked them both. And I'm thinking, it's like, oh, God have mercy.
Come on.
Yeah, it was bad. It was just bad all the way around. They survived that thing, which was really good. The rest of the crew did pretty well. All right, so I hope I answered the question. I know I can go off on tangents sometimes, but yeah. Let's see. Vampire part was interesting. Old 97 Tavern. Yeah, the old. No,
we didn't burn it down.
That was the one that you guys didn't burn down. Or Yarn tried to burn it down, I think. Didn't you? Didn't you use like a...
I had that second or third level spell that's...
Chromatic Orb?
Yeah, it was like Flaming Sphere or something.
Chromatic Orb?
Flaming Sphere.
Yeah, that was... He tried. Oh, Lord. Yeah, that would have went over. But no, so the old 97 actually got its name because of a roll. And I can't remember what the role was for. I would actually have to go back and listen to the episode.
We were going to level up if Ed
we would level up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he said, "Hey, if I roll this," and I think I gave him like he had to get, what was it, like a 90? Yeah, there was like a certain number, And
it was some of the likes or something we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the like?
Likes, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. And I think we got to one number below, and it was 97. And so then the tavern became the old 97, which is great. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said,
so long ago.
Yeah, that was like right at the very beginning. That was right after you guys got done with Codall Keep, after you had rescued the Margrave. Yeah.
Yep. And after we blew up the Hydra.
Yes, that's right. You cooked a Hydra. You cooked a couple of trolls.
Cooked some fishermen.
You cooked some porters, the guys who were actually ferrying you through the swamp. Yeah, that was
collateral.
I think Kelex got a little cooked.
There is a reason my Twitter handle is Splash.
Yeah.
Back when we were in Korea and we were playing Elf Mage Friendly Fire. So it's a constant thing.
Yeah. So Kelex has a dark passenger. Yes. Kelex has a dark passenger. That is true. And so details on that. So for those people, so if you haven't seen the episode yet or heard the podcast, Kelex and everybody went to Xife to rescue Prince Val. Now, Prince Val is the brother of Melda, the son of the Queen of Celene, Yolanda. So he's a very important person. He had been captured by Xife forces in the war between Ket and Bizzle. So the party decided, hey, we got to go rescue Val. And so they did. They went, they infiltrated the sewer caverns beneath the city of Xife, the capital, and made their way up into the tower. And there they faced off against Adra. Adra is a sorceress, shadow sorceress. She killed Kelex with a power word kill. And in so doing, he was evacuated quickly, taken back to Instead. Fortunately for him, when they escaped, they also took one of the other prisoners. They took Val out, but they also took a man named Yusuf. And Yusuf actually had a pact, a binding pact with a genie, a jinn. And Yusuf used his last wish. And by using his last wish, it also took his life. So he gave up his life to bring Kelex back. Little did Kelex know that by doing that, because Kelex was not actually dead, Kelex had been sent to the Shadow Realm. And so when he did return back to his body, he brought something with him. He brought a shadow demon with him. And that is how Kelex went to the dark side.
Sort of. Yeah, actually, I think I put a little backstory or something on that episode on the YouTube thing. So yeah, if you get to it, you'll see kind of basically his interaction during that time in the Shadow Realm, and then when he got pulled out. So, but yeah, interesting. And now he's been told it has a purpose. So he's kind of trying to use it as much as any tool to hone it. You know, we'll see what happens.
True.
Unfortunately, there's some side effects, and Kiffi always seems to be around when that happens.
Once again, that's true. Yeah, Kiffi does seem to be like standing either right next to Kelex or well within arm's reach. And so the next question was, how did Kiffi become the resident chew toy?
That happened in episode 1.
He's been doing that since Kodal Keep.
No, it was like Chew Toy happened in the first episode. And Kelex. It just happens that we just stand in front of dangerous things all the time.
So at the beginning, because Tomas wasn't with us, it was Toby. You and me were pretty much the only frontline fighters. So yeah, we were the resident chew toys at the time. So
yeah, just all part of
actually
the
still feels like
operation.
that a bit, even with Tomas. So,
Yeah, that was when I knew this campaign was going to be pretty cool because we're rolling death saves on the first adventure.
Oh,
Well, I did promise Ed that it was going to be something different and unique in comparison with other types of games that you guys may have played in the past. He had shared with me the DM that you guys had before. He'd shared a little bit of the backstory behind that. And so it's like, okay, that makes, I understand where that, where we had to go from there.
let me say something. She's a great lady. Like her. She did not know how to deal with a bunch of military. That was it.
and yeah, I think she kind of threw some stuff in there just to kind of twinge things a bit for us.
Oh, she was the last session. She was trying to mess with us big time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well, and you're great. Again, like you said, she was a great lady and stuff like that. But yeah, I think she was trying to pull her chains a little bit. So
okay. Well, I mean, people have. I will definitely say DM styles change as campaigns progress, because when I first started, I did not know you guys at all. Like I said, the only person that I talked to was Ed, and I didn't even know how he played. I just heard horrible rumors and things like that. But I did not know. But getting back to the question about how Kiffi became the resident chew toy. A lot of times, especially if we have monsters or evil entities that are intelligent, they are going to look for like the greater threats. Now, Yarn is a big threat. I mean, I got to say, he's extremely powerful, but he also knows how to like stay in the back and hide behind stuff and then just pop out and go, ha, fireball for you. That's exactly what I expect from a fire wizard. That's the way to go. But Kiffi's a war priest. I mean, he gets right up in the faces of things. And so if you have a dragon, if I have, like I said, a big bad evil guy that's intelligent, they're going to try to cripple the team in such a way that, okay, well, if they can't heal themselves, then I've got them. So unfortunately, Kiffi takes the brunt of it because he stands out as a paragon of goodness and light and all that good stuff. His Fortubo, he is the favored. He is the chosen of the gods, of the dwarven gods. He wields so much power, and a lot of people don't realize he wields so much power because Kiffi is so freaking quiet. Which is great. I mean, that's fine too. I mean, if that's the way Mike wants to play Kiffi, that's the way Kiffi should be played. He has a stoic nature. That's what dwarves do. I mean, they're not.
And then he comes out with those one-liners every so often. They just
yes. I love it. Those are the best because you don't know when they're coming. You just sit there, Mike. It's great. I love it. I've never played with anyone like you before, Mike. I just got to say that You've nailed the dwarf persona. Just that's exactly what I was like. That's cool. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you look up laconic in the dictionary, and there's a picture of mine.
There should be no garrulous dwarves.
Well, that seems to be like a personal choice.
So, okay, so let's see what the next one. So the Ed Factor question is next. Oh, God. Yarn the Pyromancer, but there seems to be more unsaid. Stoic Dwarf. Okay, well, yeah, okay. No. I as far as that goes, yes. The big bad evil guy is... Now, if it's just a monster that has, like 3 intelligence, it is just going to look for whatever is near it. And that's usually when I break out the dice and go, okay, so whoever's standing near this thing, or if we get a monster that is in a panic situation where it's either fight or flight and it chooses to fight, it's just going to go to whoever's closest, whoever it can reach. But intelligent creatures, especially intelligent creatures that feel they have the upper hand or have a superiority complex, they are going to try to kill Kiffi or Kelex. Because Kelex is a big, heavy hitter. I mean, that guy brings, especially with his new sword. The new sword just, that's craziness. And I'm glad I was able to give it to you.
There's more on the sword. I think as the next sessions go along, I'm going to be asking about. So,
oh yeah,
we'll see.
That's fine. Yeah, that's all good too. But I'm trying to remember, like in the original group back in 2010, no one received. We didn't have a paladin. We had a cleric, we had a ranger, we had a thief. We had a wizard who was more of a necromancer than anything. That was the lady who played Raven. And then we had a barbarian. And
so you at least had one frontline fighter for the whole thing. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty but the cleric was because we were playing 3.5 then. This was way before. So, but the cleric was really good in when it came to frontline sort of stuff. He did a really good job. So, yeah. But a completely different party makeup. I mean, because you guys have at least 2-3 good frontline. I mean Ed, because he's kind of a frontline. Sometimes
I've never seen Ed.
He's usually doing dumb shit for the first 3 rounds, and then he gets in the front line.
I think the last time I saw Ed or Tomas do anything frontline was when we first faced the Drow. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he's also the bard, so there's that aspect of it as well. So he's a very dynamic kind of he
has some interesting ideas, and a lot of times I'm just kind of shaking my head thinking, and especially like with the use of his musical cube thing. He just throws them willy-nilly, but he's always been using them against intelligent creatures, like an ancient blue dragon. The ancient blue dragon does not care about his cubes. Nobody cares about that. It's like the same with, what was it? The purple worm thing. It just doesn't care. It's totally going on trimmer sense and on all that good stuff. So I don't know. It's just interesting. Yeah. So
right after the old 96 when we did the vampire.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, after old 97, because you guys fought in the tavern. There was a night attack. So that was interesting. Yeah. So So let's see, Joseph asks again, which episodes are the drow ones? I'm skipping around between old and new. Oh.
That was after the...
The drow episode, well, the first drow episode was when they attacked Lady Emendov in Sterich. Yeah, and that was a drow attack at her summer palace. Oh, that takes us back. Wow.
Where Grenna and I sabotaged the surveillance system.
Right. That is right. Yeah, you did sabotage the surveillance and got talked to about. Yeah, that's true.
We were very trusting of the word.
Yeah, I'm not really too sure exactly which episodes those were. I would have to dig deep into the archive. But that was the first drow attack. After that, it wasn't until they got to Zyph. And then it got real. And then after that, there was a third attack, but it was on Melda and Asenath. And that was the one where she was killed by a drow assassin who was eventually killed by Yarn with a fireball. So I hope that answered the question. Oh, but no, as far as characters go, I would say this is a really well-rounded group. You all have different strengths which play and help everybody else's. It's really, really good. I would say probably the most fun I've had working with a character build was Grenna's, because she did not provide me with a backstory, and so I got to play with it. And that was cool. And trust me, I took long walks thinking about her character and what I could do with it. For those people who do not know, if you ever get writer's block, if you're sitting there thinking about writing a campaign or you're writing a story and you just run into a block, go take a walk. It really does help. There's a nice park like right down the street from me. It's a 2-mile one way. So I end up walking 4 miles, which is not a problem for me, thank God. But it gives me time to think about things, and I don't have to, worry about the house or, have a cat rubbing up against me or whatever. Well, I mean, if there was a cat rubbing up against me at the park, I'd be like, oh, cool, new cat. It's going home.
And speaking of Grenna, I like your shirt.
Oh,
Do you wear that to school?
No.
What's it say? Yes. There. Oh. I love it. Yes, they're natural. That's awesome. That's great.
Wait till I edit it.
Okay.
But he got me in sizes way too big, so I feel like they're like the dice are not exactly where they should be. That's okay.
That's awesome. Dude, okay, I'm not going to ask for specifics. It's not my business. Okay. Okay, so the next question was, what happened to Bubbles? Okay, so Bubbles was actually a Fey creature. And so when they went to the Feywild, he ended up returning to his Fey origins, and he was actually sent to the material plane to help Grenna. But once she was able to return to the Feywild and find out who she truly was, his purpose for her was his purpose was no longer needed for that. So he ended up staying in the Feywild.
He can come back.
Oh yeah, I mean there is a chance that he may once again return. But at this point in time, So, I know. A lot of times it's kind of weird to see where the connections are made. And sometimes I may not give enough information for the players to understand that there is connections. I mean, Grenna, I don't know. Were you kind of surprised to find out that Bubbles was actually not what you were thinking he was?
I knew he wasn't a regular warg, considering I'd hired dog intelligence. But I was a little surprised when you're like,
yeah, you're kind of your microphone's breaking up, unfortunately.
No, she's just not talking into the microphone.
well, I don't even remember what I said. What did I say?
Squirrel.
Yeah. I think, I knew he was more than just a regular warg. Well, he was small-ish. And he had higher than dog. And he didn't really act dog.
Right.
But I was a little surprised when I had him to like a
you're still breaking up, unfortunately.
I got nothing.
Story of my life.
Oh, let me check these again.
Look, I'm even talking toward it.
But yeah, that's where the connection was, because it was different, and actually Bubbles had been with Grenna since I think right after the retreat. Actually, it was right, like I think before Toby died.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah. Before Toby died.
Yeah, before
he made it back to Instead. Yeah.
Is this better? Say something.
Yes, before Toby died.
Can you hear her better now?
Yeah. You sound a little garbled, but she sounds okay.
Well, that's normal.
Okay.
He's having to talk through his caterpillar.
Yeah.
I learned that this morning.
So the next one was Timble the Painter. So yeah, Timble, and I really wish Albie was here to talk about Timble, because Albie, I believe, really has a firm grasp on his character. Mm-hmm. I really do. I think of all the people who are here, I would say that he probably has the firmest grasp on his character. He's I would say primarily, yes, that is his background, is he's a painter, but he's also a court spy, an ambassador, which he did not particularly. I think an ambassador he was fine with. Being a high chancellor, he was not. He did. I don't think he enjoyed that as much. And I did put him into that sticky situation. But he did fine with it, and he used it to his advantage. And I have to give Albie, big round of applause on taking that. But it was also the same with Kelex. I mean, I dumped a ton of crap on Kelex, and
still dumping.
And I'm still. But it's.
But I've mentioned this before. I've never had a character that had so much put on him. Yeah, I like playing support characters. This is the first time I've ever played a Paladin. And then I was like, well, there you go. So,
yeah.
Never playing one again.
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
But Pav, to be honest, I would say Paladins are my favorite characters. I absolutely love them. I've played them for years, really. But the first character I ever played was a wizard. And that was the first time I actually ever played Dungeons and Dragons, and it was out of the red box back in 1982. And
that was quick, didn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
When they start D&D, that's the first thing they want to be is an elven wizard.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But then after that, once the Paladin hit the screen, that was it. Once Paladin came out, I was like, yes, this is what I want to do. This is cool. And I played in a campaign with friends from high school, and here's another warning for those people. So if you're playing Dungeons and Dragons and you're a player and your girlfriend is also a player, this is a bad combination. I'm not saying now wives are different, because my wife and I, we play, but I had a girlfriend in high school and she also played D&D, and it just got really weird and really out of hand really quick. And it was okay.
Variation on that theme is if there's one girl and there's at least two guys that want to be the boyfriend girlfriend.
Yeah, that was weird quick.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's see. I'm trying to remember who was actually playing. It was, let's see, I played Paladin, girlfriend played a sorceress, and I think we had two other people, but for the life of me, I can't remember who they were. The dungeon master was gay, so I didn't have to worry about that. And
or did you?
And well, okay, that's another thing that I don't know about that. But the DM was a homosexual, and so I didn't have to worry about that. I can't remember who the other two players were. There were people from the class. I don't know. But the girlfriend that I had was okay. So you have to understand, she was like 5'11" in height. She was a really, really tall girl, and she was extremely awkward. So she really, it wasn't like there was a big threat thing going here. It was pretty weird, but if you happen to, or you're in a game and you have a girlfriend who wants to play, yeah, it gets weird.
I would say this is where my first time playing D&D, I was actually a dwarven fighter. I think if Mike would remember, I think it was the expedition to the Barrier Peaks.
Oh, I think Ed ran that, actually. Oh yes, the
really?
Benjamins and all of that good stuff.
Yeah,
that was so fun.
Yeah, it was. And then I played a cleric in your the Temple of Element Evil campaign. It was fun.
It's cool.
And then I tried to introduce Gail to D&D early on, but we had moved to Fort Huachuca by then, and I got the people that invited us, they just weren't, nah. Yeah, that we called it quits after that.
it can be hard finding good people to play with. It can be. You run into some interesting folks out there. So another question is, how much of the adventure a Princess of Celene and how much is homebrew? Okay. The world that this takes place in is Greyhawk, which was, of course, created by Gygax. And I don't know who else. Was it Arneson also had a part of that? I just know Gygax definitely had a part of it.
Kuntz, Arneson, Gygax.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
Okay.
About 4 or 5, right?
There's at least one more, and I can see the cover of the book, but I can't read the word.
Right. So yeah, the Greyhawk is the world. So I did not have to create the world, but what I did is I took elements from that world and changed it to my own twisted viewpoint. Which is fun. Now, at the end of the adventure, we are going to deviate slightly to another Gygax creation, but it's going to be so different from what it was. The only thing that's going to be original is the map. Everything else is going to be just completely different. So, and
this isn't the Temple of the Frog, is it?
No. So, that's how much is actually homebrew. Almost, I would say probably, if you take the world out and that last part, it's all just on me. Like the side quests, the myriad of side quests that everybody talks about. And the main storyline is all mine, all me. Now in the future, I have another campaign already almost finished, and it is completely all me. The world is completely me. The cosmology of the entire universe is me. Everything is from this addled brain that is in my skull. So hopefully that answered your question. Ever think of running a campaign in Arcana Earth or Dark Sun? Oh, geez.
Wow.
Dark Sun is interesting. I don't even think I have any Dark Sun material. That's the sad part. Arcane Earth. I'm sorry.
I'd rather play 5.5e than Dark Sun.
Okay. 5.5e. Oh no.
Fourth edition.
Or fourth edition. Oh. No, I've never thought about ever running one of those. Of course, there's other systems that or other worlds. I've never been a big, and I know this is probably a terrible thing to say. I've never been a Forgotten Realms person. Never really been a big fan. I know everybody loves Forgotten Realms, and that's fine. To each his own. Like I said, Greyhawk. I cut my teeth on that. It was the first fantasy world that I really got to explore and have some fun in.
Well, from my opinion, Forgotten Realms could have been a whole lot better, but they just focused so much on the Sword Coast. They could have expanded it so much more, and that's why I'm really liking Greyhawk, because there is so much information on Greyhawk in the whole area, not just one aspect of it. So,
yeah. I mean, I was looking at various when I was making my character. I was looking at various races that they had all over the Greyhawk material. I was looking to model one character on Lo Pan from Big Trouble in Little China. I mean,
that's
it
awesome.
would not have been difficult.
That would have been awesome. I would love it. That would have been so cool. Oh, yeah. Yes, that's it. Russ playing literally David Lopan. That'd be fun. I would die. Oh, Lord. Okay. But yeah, so let's see. Dark Sun is Fallout. If I wanted to play Fallout, I would just go over to Modiphius and get the Fallout role-playing game book. If you're not familiar with Modiphius, it's a gaming company. I think it's based in Britain, and they have Fallout, which is fine. If you like post-apocalyptic hellscapes, that would probably be pretty good. They're also the same people who make Dune Adventures in the Imperium, which is something I want to run, but it's going to be a while.
Lesbian space witches.
Yeah, lesbian space witches. Yes. And then I think there was another game I think Ed was talking about, and I don't know if he's going to end up getting it or not. It's Old Gods of Appalachia. I'm thinking about picking it up, but I don't know if I'm going to ever get a chance to play it.
That's the one based off the podcast?
Yeah, that was actually, there is a podcast that started it all. The people who run the podcast, I love their storyline. I went to see their live show and it was fine, but then they interjected politics into their opening, and I was like, really, guys, couldn't you just, tell the story, we don't need to do this, let's just get to the story.
There was in a similar vein, there was a Steve Martin short thing on Netflix, and it was great up until the 45-minute mark where they started going political.
Oh, was that
talking about Murders in the Building?
What's that?
Murders in the Building?
No, it was a comedy hour with Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Oh yeah, it was really funny, and then they got political, and then it wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Get enough of that crap during the whole day. Don't need it when I'm trying to be entertained.
Okay, I don't mind political comedy as long as it. No, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not.
As long as you know
equal.
what it is going in.
Well, yeah, and it's equal. Like if you're going to bash one party, you need to bash the other party because both parties are.
Right.
And it's not mean-spirited, is the thing.
Yes. Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so on that note, we are shifting to something other than political.
Yes.
Hey. Yeah, we're not talking about that anymore. Yeah, we're done.
Oh.
Come on.
Move along. Yeah. So, and that's why primarily the podcasts that like the Princess of Celene podcast, if we talk about politics, it's the pre-show or after show. And most of the time we don't talk about any of that at all, unless we're talking about what people have or do not have in their houses. And that's something totally different. We could have an entire podcast just about what does Russ and Melinda have in their house. Let's not do that. Or what don't they have? So there you go.
Thing.
No, we're not there yet. Oh, was that my out loud voice?
We're working on it. Maybe as the kids leave, we'll have less.
Yeah, maybe. I will say that Palmetto State Armory has a. No, seriously. They have a M16A2 version. It's not, it doesn't fire a burst, but it's a semi-automatic. It's great. It's about $1,000. I want one. I don't have one, but I want one.
Totally understand that. That's fine. All righty. So
actually, hold on. Was it you guys who submitted that? Someone had posted something about some dragon's breath bullets. Did someone put that on?
Oh, I saw that.
Shot.
Oh,
yeah, I think
that's a shotgun shell.
Yeah, it was actually kind of interesting. It was like 2 bullets with like shotgun shells with whatever was in there, and he shot it. He couldn't light the mannequin on fire though, which unfortunately, but for some reason, Helldivers kind of popped in my head about that. I don't know why.
Those rounds will set off a brush fire.
Oh, well, that's good to know. It starts forest fires. Yay!
Yes,
that's good.
Experience there, Russ.
Remember that stuff we're not going to talk about?
That's it.
Carry on.
Okay.
Next topic.
So Joseph made a good observation. Said this podcast and the stream works because it's genuine, authentic people playing a role playing game. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, Joseph. Yeah. I mean that we do. I mean we have technical difficulties sometimes. Sometimes our microphones are weird. Sometimes the playback is strange, but we've always tried to make it as authentic as possible. I mean, we just come to it because this is the way we learned how to play. None of us here are voice actors. I've taken no voice acting lessons. I know nothing about that side of the house.
Brian, that last session wasn't your voice? That demonic voice?
That was a voice augmenter.
Yeah.
I know.
Now, while I agree with Brian, while I have at least, 3 theater kids? 4 theater kids? I'm not a theater kid.
I am!
Yeah.
And a band nerd. And a dance.
I get you, Russ. I got 2 artists, and I'm like, yeah, I can't draw worth shit.
I'm a competent draftsman. I can draw plans. I can, all that good stuff. And then I have kids that I'm going.
Yeah, our kids are significantly better drawer than I am.
Yeah.
And people that I work with are slowly discovering that I have talent. So I'm like, I've only worked here 8 years.
Yeah.
We didn't know you can draw. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it is authentic because I don't really do a lot of editing. I mean, there's sometimes I'll do some editing if there's something really annoying, which is rare. I mean, there's certain times when I'll listen back, or if we're doing a live recording like we are tonight, if I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to cut that out because what the hell was that about? I'll do it, but I try not to cut out stuff that I think is, that people can relate to. Because it is, we're supposed to be, we're live, we're unscripted. But we are. I mean, it's really kind of the way it is. Nothing that I present as a DM is written down anywhere. I mean, when it comes to prep work,
Brian? No. You got me thinking. You could actually encapsulate the Princess of Celene and monetize it.
In theory.
Don't tell Ed that.
Ed's already trying. I really wish I knew more about that side of the house, like how to take my ideas or take my games and get them to that part. I really don't know that much about the technology around it. I mean, I want to learn. I really would love to.
It would be simple. It would be simple to do a series of modules.
And then put them on DM's Guild.
Yeah.
$2 a pop. People will buy things for $2 on a. Mm-hmm. You sell enough of them, you make money.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's
you tell Ed to advertise.
Well, that's like the next campaign, being that it is completely just all me. I've actually got an idea where I want to turn it into like a campaign book. I have enough information that I could easily fill with the histories, the history of this world. But the neat thing about it is that it's not strictly like medieval fantasy. It does have some little bits of technology, not a lot, very, very minimal, but they do exist. I'm not talking about lasers and like howitzers and shit like that. No, I'm not talking about like that sort of stuff. But you'll see, because I want you guys to be a part of that. So
now you just said something is one of my irks.
Oh, really?
Yes, language. No, seriously. When we were first edition, you get an adventure. It's a module. The G3 and then the spider webs and all that was a campaign. It was a series of modules.
Yes.
Now, an adventure which we would call a module, is called a campaign.
True.
And it
yes.
irked the shit out of me. Oh, okay. I'm done.
Okay, so like that that one shot that I ran you and Melinda and your daughter and my son, that was another one that I just created off the top of my head for just some fun, and it was a great little module. I mean, it was a one evening. It was, pretty easy. I mean, even though Grenna got killed, not Grenna, Melinda's character got whacked by the giant spider, but it was still a good module. I liked it.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Dyson Logos?
No.
DYSO space LOGOS.
No.
DysonLogos.com. He's been doing maps and associated adventures for the last 15 years and putting them out on the web.
Oh, that's cool. I'm actually on his website right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Put that in the chat if you.
Sure. I can do that.
He does everything from the one shots, the one evening whatever. Let's play D&D whatever, to Dyson's Delve, which is a classic dungeon crawl from first level to 20-something level.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I printed that out once just for S&Gs just because, wow.
He's got a pretty extensive map collection, a map archive. Yeah. No, that's really nice. Ah, okay.
He also live streams drawing the map on Twitter. Or no, not on Twitter. Yeah, on Twitter. On Twitter. Not Twitter.
Twitch.
Something. One of them. I don't remember.
Something.
It's been a while since I watched him draw a map. And it's really interesting how he does it. He has a very interesting way of creating the maps himself. So, anyway.
Cool. All right. That's
Speaking of tangent.
Yeah, thanks for doing that. Thanks for mentioning it. But yeah. So
I see that Joseph asked about how we all knew Ed.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna let Mike and Pav.
I will leave that up to you guys.
Mike, you know him the longest, so you first.
What now?
Ed.
Say what? Ed.
How do you know Ed?
Oh, yeah, Ed. Fourth grade. We were at Lancaster Elementary School, which no longer exists, unfortunately. Man, that was the greatest school ever, man. Yeah, so we, I don't know, do they have recess anymore? I don't think they do, but we mostly interacted during recess, swapping Star Wars toys, and we discovered D&D together. It was great. And our buddy Scott Bighorn. Yeah. So we had the red box together, and yeah, that was the beginning of the end, or the end of the beginning, or whatever.
Oh, so for me, I probably knew Ed Bowley back in elementary and junior high. But the thing is, me and Ed didn't get along at that time. He lived, where did he live? Down toward, not Mount Etna, down the road. But yeah, we didn't get along. We just didn't like each other. But then he moved, and he moved closer, And that's when we started kind of getting, had more interaction with each other. And
Weren't
that's
you
where
on
we.
the same bus?
What's that?
Weren't y'all on the same school bus at that point?
Yeah. Oh, we're still on this. Yeah, on the same school bus. But yeah, we didn't like each other. But yeah, when he moved closer, we started interacting more. We just started hanging out. It was Mike and Ed who introduced me to D&D. So I'm a little bit of a later starter than the rest of you guys. So, but yeah. And then I think it was actually Ed that convinced me to join the army. That bastard. So, though I think I have to admit, I think I was one of the people that helped him get ranked before he went in. Damn that bastard. So,
Well,
but yeah.
I met Ed in 1989 in Ansbach, Germany. We were serving in the same unit, 501st Military Intelligence. Albie was in the same unit as well. Ed was in the C&E section, which was basically fixing the MI systems. Albie was in Battlefield Deception, which I still hadn't figured out. And I was in the Intel part. And we were together there in 1989. And that's where I met Ed. Ed shows up in my book, which is kind of funny. And we've been in contact ever since. If people you serve with stay with you, whether you want them to or not.
So yeah. Like I said, I have never actually met anybody in the group face to face other than Discord. I think the closest I've ever got, I almost met Ed. Ed only lives about 6 or 7 hours from me. And we were in Richmond, Virginia. We went through Richmond, Virginia, going to Colonial Williamsburg. And he was trying to set up a time to meet, but I think he had some either technical difficulty at his job or something, and he couldn't make time. And so we just went ahead and went. And so I came that close to actually getting a chance to meet Ed, but that's about it. Yeah, Joseph says fall of the Berlin Wall. I think you guys were still in Europe when the wall came down?
Nope.
Oh,
I had left.
Oh, okay. I was there when the wall came down. So that was fun.
I have pieces of it.
Oh, you got a piece of it? Oh, that's cool.
I have several pieces of the Berlin Wall, and I have pieces of the World Trade Center.
Oh, neat.
Yep.
Okay.
East Berlin, 2 years before the wall went down. I was an exchange student in Germany in
Cool.
1987. Yeah.
Cool. I ended up at the what is it? The port of entry, Helmstedt, Germany. One evening when I wasn't supposed to. We were coming back from Oktoberfest and we fell asleep on the train.
So I didn't get to Europe until a month or two after it fell. But Gail was actually born in an army hospital in West Berlin.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so yeah, she has that nice little weird oddity in her passport. So,
Yeah.
But she used to tell me all the times they used to actually go to East Berlin sometimes, get on that train. She said that was the craziest, spookiest, most intimidating ride because the guards just were not friendly at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We drove from West Berlin or from Western Germany. I was staying in Hamburg. We drove to Berlin. And that highway was the freakiest fucking thing, driving through East Germany to Berlin.
I bet.
It was like driving through a hallway. They had these gigantic, like, concrete walls around the highway, so you could not see anything that was off the road. And then you got to West Berlin, and it was crazy hippie hell. And then it was super weird. Super weird.
Well, they definitely didn't want you to see all the cool stuff that was going on in the Democratic Socialist German Republic there, did they?
Why all of these Germans went pissed after the wall fell down? I just don't understand it.
Doesn't make any sense, does it, Mike?
Not fathom to this day why that happened.
Yeah. Okay, so another question is, any thoughts about a Halloween one-off episode spectacular? That would be fun. I could definitely. I did a Christmas one for a group like 3 years ago, and it was really a lot of fun. It was. You know what? I'm not gonna say anything about it because I might end up dragging it back out just for you guys. But I did a Christmas one. I've never done a Halloween one. But there's always a possibility. It would be easy enough to create a little one shot sort of using these characters to.
Yep. Santa takes a fireball.
Santa takes a fireball. and then
his reindeer is very good.
And then his undead lich form comes back for revenge. Yeah.
That's right. Kiffi, can
I did a Halloween one shot with my family once, and I don't think they even got past the entrance hall because they came across this like creepy doll, and they were just so paranoid to go anywhere else. It's funny.
You put a creepy doll in your... Oh, man. You're evil.
Speaking of creepy dolls, one of the girls in my scout when we were on our camp out found a Raggedy Ann doll at the antique store. They named it Annabelle, and they have been carrying it around with her. She took it onto the battleship and actually chased the boys around the battleship with this thing. And she's been bringing it to the scout meeting.
Nice.
I love these scouts.
So we got yeah, really.
Do not invite kids over to your house.
I'll have to post a picture on Discord of some dolls that my son and we were at this little antique shop in, I think it's Kingsport, Tennessee, and I think it's Kingsport. So they have the creepiest dolls there. They're handmade. They're just not good. So I'll make sure to put them on the Discord so people can see them. They're pretty horrid. But yeah, so it was a one night in Ravenloft with Murray Head. Oh geez, yeah, one night in Bangkok. Yeah, yeah, it's pretty close.
I mean, guys, I've not made any bones about this or made it a secret, but I don't do horror. My imagination is overactive enough. I don't need any help. Thank you very much.
Me neither. I'm good.
So
the Raggedy Ann doll, Joseph, was one of the first things my grandmother ever taught me how to sew when I was a kid. So,
well, so
we're not doing any horror or Raggedy Ann dolls or anything else.
Yeah, I've kept this adventure pretty horror free. I mean,
and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. Now my son ran it was the opening of his campaign like 2 weeks ago, and it became a psychological horror thing by the end of it. And I mean, I applaud him, but none of us were ready for this level of disturbing, and I'm playing a paladin. And, and at the end of it, I was thinking, okay, we're going to go down into the basement. These children are going to be there locked up. We're going to be able to free them and return them to their parents. Oh, hell no. Oh, no.
Of course not.
Of course not. We walked down there, and these children have been pretty much dismembered, and they have been turned into dolls. And we had to return the leftover parts. Yeah, my son came up with this. He's okay.
He's special.
Don't let him pick your nursing home.
Exactly, right? No shit. But no, I mean, you guys know Rob. I mean, well, I know Russ and Melinda. They know Rob.
Only from Helldivers.
Oh yeah, and Pav. Yes, Pav's played with him too. And you guys know he's an interesting fellow. He really is. But I will definitely say that he's got a really good mind for coming up with stories. But the party that he was running was not ready for that level of diabolical. And so I was at the dentist yesterday, and the dentist that he's one of the guys who plays. I was his friend before he became my dentist. Actually, I didn't even know what he did. So when I first met him, I'm like, I don't know. And he said, "Dude, I'm still thinking about that game." And I'm thinking, I said, "Are you?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm like, oh, so did he give you PTSD or something? It's like, dude, that's rough. Okay, so let's see. Raggedy Ann is frightening. Yeah, I can understand that. My wife had a doll collection from when she was younger, and they're called Madame Alexander dolls. I think they were pretty popular at one point in time, and they're pretty lifelike looking. But the ones she had, she got them from her grandmother, and she really didn't like her grandmother. So she just put them in boxes and threw them in the closet. And so if you don't take care of them or don't, clean them or whatever, so their eyes like get milky and weird. They get like a film over them and they look really horrifying. So what we did was I asked her, said, "Hey, can I take off with one of these dolls?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't care. Just, you can get rid of all of them. I don't care." And it's like, no. I just need one particular one. There was at the school I worked at, there was a teacher who was absolutely terrified of dolls. And that got out. So I took this doll with its fuzzy eyes and the whole 9 yards, and we started leaving it in her classroom, and we would move it every so often. Like, she would get rid of it, and then we would find it, and then we'd put it back in there. And this went on for a couple of weeks until she got to a point where she actually called administration. And we kind of got in trouble. But it's okay. I mean, we're adults. But yes.
If you had done that to me, I would have beaten you with a stick.
Oh, but yeah, it was pretty good. We did that. I think one person had one of those rubber horse head masks, and we were running through the hallways. We were not adults. I was in my 40s, and we were doing stupid ass shit at work. I mean, we still do stupid ass shit at work, but it was different in a school.
The people I work with take their job way too seriously.
Oh, no. Oh, okay. So Grenna, or no, Melinda, I call you Grenna because it's just, I don't know if you've ever seen, they have, it's a remote control fart machine. So
I have seen that. Mm-hmm.
We had an assistant principal who put the speaker part in his back pocket. And then we had one of the teachers was standing behind a partition. And he's talking with like a parent that just came in, and she's standing back there behind that partition, just hitting that button. And he's like going, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I had some bad Taco Bell last night." And I mean, she's just ripping this thing. And I'm like, and we're in tears behind this. So it just kind of shows you exactly how how, I mean, the places I worked at were just, they're a bunch of just.
I'm not that bad.
Oh, we were terrible.
I have geese outside, Portuguese. I have a family of Portuguese outside my room that I get decorated every.
Porch
geese.
Porch geese.
You know, the big plastic
Yeah.
goose? I have several. And they all have costumes. And they get changed every week. And my peer helper that I have in period is picking out the clothes to put on them.
Oh, gosh.
Super excited. She goes, I get to dress a goose? I went, yeah. It's like, yay!
Now, the upside of this is they're not on my porch.
That is true. And they didn't come home over the summer either.
No, they did not. Unlike
neither did the fish.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Not this time. Okay.
I did not take down the 30-gallon tank.
Okay, so the next question was, what happens next after the tower? So they're way past the tower now. So they returned to Instead. They were able to smash the onyx gems or cubes that Hezeshel had and Sintaisha had. When they did that, Sintaisha pretty much went into a coma, pretty much just went unconscious and fell over. But Hezeshel once again took control over her crone body and was able to kill a ton of people that were assembled in the tournament ground area. Once they did that, the party, of course, killed her. But then she showed her true form, which was this horrible demonic monstrosity, which started to attack everybody. Eventually, you guys did defeat her, did defeat the demon, which is great. Yeah. So I think that's where we left off. Yeah.
Yes, and I had a long rest.
Yeah, because that was the thing, because none of you had a rest since fighting the purple worms. So
since the dragon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the dragon.
Oh
no, we did rest after the dragon. We
did not.
I thought we did.
No, we had a rest before the dragon. We had that where that little banded wagon was at. I think that was our last rest, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was suboptimal, guys.
You're alive. Quit bitching.
Yeah.
Suboptimal. Yeah, it does. So, but what's next? More deserts? No, I do not foresee any deserts in the future. There should be.
I'm really interested in where we're going. I mean,
I see an ocean with water.
Yeah, I'm thinking that either you've got a plan for us to get there on the water or not. I mean, because everything I've tried to do to facilitate that was gone. Whatever. So,
got edited.
Well, no. Seriously, think about it. Yeah, I made a plan. We tried to do it, and everything went to shit. So, it's one of those things that's going to be interesting to find out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, because there's a lot of there's still a lot of things that are on the horizon. Yeah, you still have to eventually make it to Yarn to where your family is. You have to get the boat. There's a long trip ahead of that. Once that is, and there's a lot to just get there and get to what you need to do. But I will say that we are getting closer to actually finishing the campaign. It's still going to be some time. There's still a lot more to do, but we are well past the halfway point. And I know the questions have been brought up that, it's like all these side quests and things like that you've done and stuff. But a lot of actually, I got to say probably 100% of them, all of them have something to do with the final.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want you guys just roaming around out there with, it's like, oh, we have this, we have another side quest, and here's another side quest. But all the side quests end up coming back to the finale.
Okay.
Which is great.
We give you shit about the side quest.
Yes.
Well, we're just getting shit.
I like the side quest.
We're not complaining. This is we're good. I mean, we're having fun.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing things that our characters would do. It makes sense. It's not a why the hell are we going to the Feywild again?
Yeah, everything has had a reason why we've done it, right?
Yes.
And unfortunately, at that time when we decided to do those things, it sort of took precedence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the airship. The airship, do not worry. The airship is going to play a part in the future. Do not fret. It's going to happen. I know Ed was like chomping at the bit. I mean, hell, he even gave himself a new title, and he's never even stepped on the damn thing. That is true.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that is true, Joseph. The side quests let other characters develop, and it also lets me develop NPCs. That will.
We need more of those.
You have the most well-developed list of NPCs I have ever seen in any
How many are there? Like over 100?
I actually have the list up here in case somebody asked. I'm thinking about putting that into a spreadsheet. I think
probably a good idea.
Are you going to put what episode we encountered them in?
Actually, I can be kind of anal about that. And I was really like going, okay, yeah, it's like I should probably put in there like what episode or when they, but like the ones I have right now up there. I mean, I even have if they're dead. It's like, I mean, like Angus Grubble.
Yay!
It took a lot of work, but you could always use like World Anvil or what's the other one, Obsidian Portal, which are kind of like campaign tracker websites. I think they're free, but you only get to do so much with them. But might be worth looking into.
Yeah, I mean, I think I actually started one, but I just got too busy to maintain it, or I forgot how to sign into it. That's probably more.
Joseph had a good comment. The side quests let all the characters develop.
That's what we're talking about. You're a little slow on the uptake there.
Am I?
Yeah.
Damn it. I hate it when that happens.
Don't worry, Russ. It happens.
It's okay.
Squirrel.
It's your age. It's fine. I forgive.
But yeah, no, I know there's a lot of NPCs, and some of them are just like one, like a quick mention, like the townspeople of Marydale. It's like I said, most of them are dead because the vampires took them out. So it wasn't like there was like a lot of, Mundhir El Ali, who was the fiance of Ela Alzar.
Who is dead?
He's dead. Yeah, he is. He's totally dead. He was but he was killed by Regis and Gita Babbleboots, which everything kind of plays a part. There's a lot of characters here, and there's some NPCs I totally left out that didn't really,
like the bartender in the bar that we burned down.
Yes. Yeah, I don't even think you guys found out what his name was. Yeah, that was the Prophet's Bounty. The Prophet's Bounty Inn. Yeah, you guys burned that to the ground. That was good.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Okay, it was fun.
What can I say? I had to stop him from leaving, and Wall of Fire was the only possible option at that point.
Yes, because throwing a knife would have been, too anticlimactic.
Yeah, I'm a magic user. I don't throw shit except spells.
He slings spells, not knives. So, yeah. But yeah, there. I know. Yeah, there was an awful lot of NPCs, but you also have to think it's been over 2 years that we've been playing, so there's going to be some NPCs. Yeah, I mean it's all fun.
I guess what is the timeline for the prophecy? Are we like down to 3 months or something?
Actually, no. Because you were at the tower. If you remember, the tower was an extension of the Feywild. That also is going to affect your timeline.
Oh crap!
I remember.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. All I did was I just told Melinda that, hey, you're getting that same strange feeling you were feeling when you were in the Feywild, and she was like, oh, okay. It's like, okay.
I tried to tell you guys, but Ed wouldn't shut up. So.
So I guess the question is how long do we have until the prophecy is meant to be fulfilled?
Well, that probably needs to be one of the questions we need to ask when we get back. Like, what month are we in?
What's the date?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, these are, of course, things you'll have to take into account once you get back to the game, and we can hash that all out then. But you also got to think you really were not at the tower all that long. But that's the tricky thing about the Feywild. It does weird stuff with time.
You went back in time.
We're not at the summer court all that long either.
Yeah, but actually you were almost a full day when you were at the summer court. When you first landed and then you walked, it was almost a full day in Feywild time, which turned into, it was like 2 months or something like that in real world.
It was something crazy like that.
Yeah, it was something crazy. Yeah.
It was too long.
It was too long. But this time you were only at the tower. You weren't really at the tower long at all. It wasn't
subjectively
really
like an hour or two.
Yeah.
Well, but we entered the Feywild right when we crossed over that border when we were fighting.
Yeah, but we fought the purple worms.
But we were already in the Feywild while we were fighting the purple worm.
Understand that, but what I'm saying is subjectively, we were only in the Feywild for an hour or two.
Right.
Which
now thinking about it, because by the time we got back to Pellic, or not Pellic, Instead, yeah, they had already captured Santasha and were going to execute her. So we don't know how long they had managed to capture her, or how long she was, in prison for or whatever. Yeah.
Now you know what I'm concerned. Mos Eisley was not at his tower. There were no guards at the tower. So
that's because they were all at the execution, I would assume. But why would there not be guards there?
I don't think we saw Mos Eisley at the.
No, I don't think we did.
What was the question?
Yes. It wasn't a question, it was a statement.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mos Eisley, and I know I'm saying it.
Yeah, Morris Ivy. Yeah.
Was not at his tower. There were no guards at the.
Right.
And we did not see him at the execution.
Exactly.
So my concern, one of the concerns once we start playing again is, where's Mos Eisley?
Yeah, but also another person you didn't see there was Val.
I wasn't looking for Val.
Well, honestly, were we really paying attention to what was going on other than Santasha?
Kill the rabbit?
Yeah, by the time we got back, we were rushing to stop the execution, so we weren't really paying attention.
Yeah, that's true too. So
we could have handled that better.
We could have, but it was fun.
Okay.
How could we have handled that better, I guess? They were about to execute her.
Web works one.
Well, I think you guys handled it well.
But we had a High's Butcher's bill.
And we've ever cared about that win?
When it's elves, yeah.
They're elves. They'll come back.
But like in the original group that did this, when they fought Hezeshel. The Hezeshel that they were fighting was a 3.5 monster of my own horrifying creation. So they did not have to fight the demon, which was fine.
Why did you get the
Why?
Because the demon was in her form.
Yeah.
Because the DM said so.
Yeah.
Because we're just awesome.
Well, I've changed it around a little bit. Like I said, there are things that the original group did that you guys didn't do, and vice versa. I mean, you guys have done stuff that the other group never even thought, or even and of course, sometimes I'm just sitting here thinking, you know what, I'm going to throw something different in here, a curveball, and it just seems to work out. And so far it has. Let's see. Like, what is it? The ship that you're going to take, in the old group, they went through a different, they actually had money that was donated to them from the Queen of Celene to have it built, and they had it built in a different place. They did not go to the cold lands or anything of that nature. There was no connection. Just like there was no connection to the Feywild. Everybody was pretty much from Bissell. That was what they picked, and that was what they did. There was a war. That was definitely there. There was, of course, there was a Melda. There was a Raven.
For a while.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. A lot of the NPCs were there because I still had all of those written up from, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you guys did that they didn't even come close to doing. That's why your campaign is going longer than theirs.
I mean, that's just because we're awesome.
Or twisted, as the case may be.
Or maybe having onset dementia.
Yeah.
Look, squirrel.
So yeah. So yes, Joseph, a visit to Yarn's family is on the horizon. That has to happen because that is, according to the dream, according to the prophecy, but also the dream. Yarn's people are the ones who are going to build the ship that is going to take them to the other tree, the other life tree. And
if memory serves me right, isn't Yarn betrothed to somebody?
Actually, yes. Yes, he is.
So happy about it.
What's that?
He's so happy about that too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's a little bit of a backstory behind the betrothal, but of course you'll find out more when you get there. There's of course more to it.
Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. So
Fireball.
Yeah, fire. I can see it now as the ship is the ship is finally built. Everybody is on it. Yarn is standing there, like at the front, sort of like from the Titanic, and as everybody is waving goodbye from the from the docks, he just says, "I'm never coming back here." Fireball, and just burn the entire village to the ground. Be like, oh well.
Oh.
Oh. Yeah. So that should be interesting. Well, yeah, we'll find out.
Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. But I will say that once we get to the final, it's going to get really wild, because actually once you all return from the other tree, it's going to get wild, because the two people that we have, like I said, Joseph, who has volunteered to play a part at the end, and then we also have another person who volunteered to play a pivotal part, is also going to be. So we're actually pulling people from our listener base to play these player characters at the end. And I think you guys are going to be surprised at who's playing whom. It should be interesting. I think you guys will have a good time. And I hope they do too. This is something that we've never done before. We've never brought on like guest players, and I think it will be, it'll be good. It'll be fun. You guys will. And you'll need the help, because the final, the at the end, it's just, it's bad. I promise you, it's horrifying, but not in a horror sort of way.
Okay.
So what I'm hearing is,
what I'm hearing is we should fireball instant. So.
Well, I mean,
what was it they said about the Cathars? Kill them all, God will know his own.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but now you had the last tier of Vecna. You found that in the tower. So that's a big part. You just probably need to get more information about how it plays or what needs to be done with them. And you have NPCs out there that have this knowledge. You just have to tap that information.
We only have one piece because the other stuff was stolen from the church, right?
Okay, so the only thing that was stolen from the church in Peleg was the remaining pieces of the scepter and some of the remaining burnt pieces of Toby himself.
Yeah, one of the tiers is in
Greyhawk.
In what's in a dimensional space.
Yep,
I have
in
that.
Greyhawk, and then the other one is in a dimensional space in Alden.
That's right.
Russ
Okay, yeah.
Bag of
Box.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to remind you guys, because I know there's so much stuff that has happened. Yeah. You kind of lose track, and it's not like, something that's you think of every day. So, but I keep track of it every day because I have to.
While we have direct access to one tier of Vecna, we have indirect access to the other.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is true. So that's pretty cool. So,
you start throwing that name Vecna around, and I'm a first AD&D guy. I mean, it's just like, no, we don't want that. No, we don't want that. No.
Well, I'm just really, really glad that you guys now to kind of give you an idea. Like I said, you are the third group that played this adventure. The first group was 2010. The next group was 2017, 2018. Was the one right before you guys. The situation with the tiers, the person who took control of the tiers, she rolled very poorly on her wisdom save. And what ended up happening is she ended up pulling her eyes out and replacing them with the tears.
So, Kiffi, you get to play with the tears.
This is where at one point Kelex had gone to the library and was looking up about the tears of Vecna. So my notes, and sorry, these are horrible notes. There are two passages talking of their creation. Both have a will of their own and can possess the user. If both are held, they can take over the owner and replace their eyes with the gems. It gives them powers. Change their morals and being. If you overcome the tears, they can be made into a weapon. Last user, the had him was the necromancer, the lich Asser. Is it Asarak?
Yep, Asarak.
Oh boy, not a name we should ever forget.
No. And apparently there is already a weapon that exists where the gems could be placed in Asarak's tomb. I'm not sure what that means. So,
yep.
Well, that means go to the Tomb of Horrors and find Asarak's staff.
I'm good. We don't need to.
Nope. Anybody says we're running Tomb of Horrors, I'll go find something else to do that night.
Okay, so let's see. So what gave you the
Yarn's washing his beard?
Yeah. So the next question was, what gave you the idea to make this a podcast? Okay, I actually had a podcast before this one, and I actually had other people who were helping me run it, and they kind of jumped ship on me, and it's kind of left me to my own devices, which was really hard. It was called Letters in the Attic, and it was supposed to be a where you could submit stories and I would read them, or I would go on Reddit, which I hate, and and pull stuff from like the paranormal pages and stuff like that, ghost stories and stuff, and I would read them. And so what ended up happening was Letters in the Attic kind of died. And so when I started this, I was thinking, you know what? I could run a D&D podcast. I don't see it. It would be easier to run a D&D podcast than have to do all the rest of this stuff that I was doing for Letters in the Attic. And I was right. It was a lot easier to do. And I was hoping that primarily I was never really looking to make money off of the podcast or this stream or anything. I just like to tell the story of a Princess of Celene, and I wanted to excite people about Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games in general. And that is why I took the remains of Letters in the Attic and turned it into the Mystic Syndicate. Now, the Mystic Syndicate name comes from a different group. The group, and if you've ever been to our YouTube channel, you will see that there is a campaign there, and it's called Ambassadors to the Barbarian Kings. And it ran for, I think, a year, maybe a year and a half. And that is where the Mystic Syndicate came from. The people who were originally in that campaign came up with the name. So I hope that answered your question.
Yes, because we are drunkards and dragons.
Yes. Right. Which is a totally different organization. But they've are kind of now.
Whoa. We're organized? Who the fuck thought of that?
Ed. It's Ed. Fucking Ed.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
what was the other group that you were running when you started with us? It was like a hell something.
Was I running another group? Oh, I may have been running a Call of Cthulhu group.
No, it wasn't a Call of Cthulhu. It was a D&D group, and it was you wanted to get out of that campaign so badly. Oh, God, yes. Oh, that was. Oh, what the hell was it called? Shit, hold on. I think I still have the book. Where is it? Oh, damn.
Oh, Out of the Abyss. What a piece of shit.
Because I remember I watched that a couple of times and I went, man, we're bad, but this is a fucking train wreck.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And as a matter of fact, I ended up deleting that entire campaign from YouTube. I hated it so much. I just despised it. And I was like, I'm done. I looked at it as just an utter failure, not just on my part. I just think the whole thing was just terrible. So I actually killed it. Yeah. Now the other one
I'm glad you didn't kill us.
Oh no. Yeah, when I wrapped up Out of the Abyss, I was happy. I was so happy. I think I actually drank alcohol afterwards. I think I had a shot. I was so pleased that it was no longer my responsibility to run that abomination.
So was it more about the adventure itself, or the players, or a combination of both?
The adventure itself was just slow, and it was I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. It was just an entire Underdark thing, and I don't think the players were really having a good time. My son was in it, and of course Rob can bring chaos and fun to it, pretty much anything. But I think even he was like, oh Lord, I mean, do we really? I mean, so when I wrapped it up, I wrapped it up without going through the entire thing. I was like, no, we're good. We don't have to do this anymore. And I think everybody was fine with it. And we had one player who she was having to take time out because she was pregnant and she was getting ready to do. And so it was fine. It was good. She was about ready to, and so it just worked out perfect timing. Yeah.
Now, Joseph, we were looking for a DM. Ed found Brian. Thank God.
The other one really underestimated our ability to create havoc.
That's a nice way of putting it. What's that, Mike?
Oh, she wasn't Gen X. She didn't understand Gen X. So she kind of failed.
She also didn't understand military tactics on how you guys work. I'm not military, but I play one on TV.
Look, you married one and your dad was one.
That is true, but there's a big difference between Air Force and Army. So
again, thank God.
Yeah, but that also kind of, I think, threw her off because we were doing things as a group to attack, and she wasn't really sure what to do with that. And then she didn't take into advantage all of the other actions that whatever we were fighting do. Like Ryan likes to throw those legendaries at us.
Yeah, we were fighting a dragon, and we took it out in 2 rounds. 2 rounds.
Yeah,
this is an adult dragon.
Yeah, that's sad.
Black dragon with water in the area.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we should have died.
We should. Although
I wasn't in that adventure. You guys should have died.
We should have died. I mean, we were only like 5th level.
Oh, and shit! Wait, you were 5th level and you were taking on an adult dragon?
Adult dragon, took it out in 2 rounds.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
I mean,
we were. It was it the Mad Mage? Wasn't it the adventure?
No, that was the one that decided us that we needed to find a new DM.
Okay.
Was that where I electrocuted the gelatinous cube?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Sparkly jelly.
Sparkly jelly.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, Brian, how did Ed find you?
Okay, so he went on, I think he found me through startplaying.games, which is a website that you can visit if you're looking for dungeon masters or you're looking for games to join. You can go over there and find DMs. And in my bio on that site, I have that, yes, I am ex-military. I'm Gen X. And I think that was probably the two that he was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I also had really good reviews because a lot of people that I've played with have jumped on there and went, hey, now, Brian's cool. He can do it. Which is very kind of them to say. But that's how he found me, was through startplaying.games.
So now I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
How did we assimilate you?
Really?
It's a good question.
You're still trying to figure it out.
I kind of look at it like this. A lot of us, even though we come from different parts of the country, we do have some common background. We do have the generational time period we come from. We all have served, like I said, except for Melinda, which is fine.
I'm so glad.
No judgment.
When you're a child, a child of military and stuff like that, you understand.
Yeah, you get it.
It's not the culture.
I'm a profile princess. The military wouldn't touch me even in a draft.
Yeah. The only real outlier here is Mike. She was fucking Navy. Now, Mike, you do realize I've worked for the Navy. I worked at Ingalls Shipbuilding. I worked on the Spruance, the Kid, the DDG 51, and Destroyer 2000.
Nice.
So I understand the language at least.
Anyway, we interrupted Brian's story about how he got assimilated.
Yeah, it was pretty easy. It wasn't like it wasn't like twisting my arm to do it or anything like that. And at first, like I said, I didn't know you guys. I really had no idea what your play style was, and it took a couple of sessions to finally get an idea of where this was going to go. And as I've said before, your all's play style is different than other people I've played with. You do have
a nice way of saying.
But
Brian, that's one of those nice ways of saying, man, y'all are fucked up.
No. It's just that everybody has a different sort of way of playing. You guys have your minds are more geared towards the strategy. And that's wonderful. Because I've played with groups that have no concept of that. So it's different.
You say strategy, which includes, making plans, and we just don't.
Well,
we make a plan. You make a plan. We just never stick to it.
And what's the first rule of plans? No plan remains intact after contact with the enemy.
Yeah, usually. But I've often thought, it's like when you guys make plans, if it's like a really nice solid plan, it's like, oh, okay, this sounds really good. Now I may throw a monkey wrench in it, but usually you guys walk away pretty much intact, except for that one time when Kelex got killed, which was that was pretty bad. It was like,
you notice what happened immediately after that. The mission focus changed.
Yes, it did. Immediately.
the mission focus changed from let's kill these guys to let's get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And we pulled everybody out almost instantaneously.
Yep, that's true. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, no one was left behind, which is what I expected you guys. You weren't, I mean, even it was a tactical retreat. I mean, you were able to.
Well, it was run the fuck away.
But you also have to look at it. You guys were able to complete the objective. You had rescued Val. You did one better. You got Yusuf out too, which opened up a completely different door to the adventure.
And the girl of the king.
That's right. You also got Sabah as well. So you were able to not just free Val, free the Emperor of Ket, and also a Princess of Zyph. I mean, even though, Kelex paid for it with his life, he's still, I mean, it was still a good, it was a good session.
It was a noble sacrifice. He would have been.
Even if Kelex had come back, it would have been a good thing.
Yes.
You had your backup character, right?
Oh yeah, I had him already. You would have gotten to meet Kiffi's cousin.
Oh.
Like the complete opposite of Kiffi.
Oh, I love it. That would have been cool. That would have been all right. But no, I was. You know
what? Every time we level up, I still level him up.
Just in case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whoa, we lost somebody.
You lost me.
Where'd you go?
I got quiet. Discord went.
Squirrel?
No, Discord doesn't like it when I don't.
When your windows you start going to sleep.
Yeah, because I'm not using the microphone. It doesn't like it when the mouse over it every.
Yeah, so I kind of figured was that Kiffi's cousin is one of the offspring of Angus Gravelheart?
No, I don't think you know. I don't. Maybe I'll have to look at the backstory. I can't remember if it was part of Angus or if it wasn't originally going to be part of Angus. Maybe that was it, and then maybe he could have been part of Angus. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Oh, that.
You know what? My backup character.
What was it, or what is it?
A multi-class life cleric and necromancer.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. I kind of hope that I get to play my bagpipe playing
Bard.
I even have theme music and everything ready to go.
I didn't even realize you guys had such colorful backup characters. That's awesome.
An idea for a one-shot. We play our backup characters.
Oh, hey, would you guys want to do that for like the Halloween?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
You might be shaking your head at the end going, what in the world did I just do?
Yeah, Joseph said Cleric Necromancer. Actually, that is probably one of the best Necromancer builds is instead of Wizard, is have Cleric. I was reading something about that and said, yeah, usually people have the Wizard, Necromancer build, but if you had a Cleric, because with the ability to raise dead and things of that nature, it really works out probably better. But that would be fun. I think that would be kind of cool if you guys played your backup characters for the Halloween thing.
What is
Mike, what's your backup character, Mike?
Yeah.
I don't have a backup character.
What?
Kiffi.
Oh,
No. Look, I don't. Okay, so I created Kiffi with a very sketchy backstory. And I'd like to have your character to I like to have the adventure define the character. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a back character, so if I get whacked, then I will make a character who will be appropriate to the whacking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I see. Okay, that does make sense. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, cool. Pretty cool.
I missed that. What was that?
He doesn't have a backup.
Kiffi! Why not?
So,
That's funny.
because I'm living in the moment. Let us
It's
say.
understandable. It's understandable. Sometimes you don't know what you're doing until you're there.
True.
Know what you got till
Oh, Mike,
my
one day
God.
we'll get together.
Pretty much. Oh my gosh. This has actually been a pretty good stream this evening. I gotta say, it worked out better than I thought, because I didn't know what was going to happen. But no, I think it's kind of. I think it would have also been kind of interesting if Ed had been able to make it this evening, and Albie definitely.
But then we'd be playing.
What's that?
Then we'd be playing. Oh, I mean, it's like sex. You can talk about it all the time, but until you're actually doing it, it really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, so Joseph is saying this was a good one. Fills in a lot of the blanks. Yeah, and I know that there are a lot of strange, like you said, blanks that definitely probably need to be talked about or explained. And I think that's why this was really good. And I think at the end, when it's all said and done, when we finally wrap up this campaign, we're going to do another one of these so we can talk out all of the end part. Because I think you guys will probably either want it or need it. I don't know. It'll be just a good wrap up, and then we can put it to bed, and then we can actually start talking about other things, the future, which I'm kind of hoping that we'll all be able to do another one or something like that. Now I know Ed's running one right now. Pav's got one that he's running, but we're not streaming Pav's. One day we might. Yeah. I mean, eventually we probably will, but that's really up to Pav. I'm not going to speak for Pav, because I mean, most of the time I'm the one who's actually running the stream because I have all the equipment. It's all sitting here. But if let's let Pav
speak. Let's let Pav speak.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Pav.
You know what? I have actually been, because right now you guys are just doing the beginner adventure for the Pathfinder 2E expanded version. What do they call it? The new one? No, remastered.
Yes.
So the remastered. So it only goes up to a certain point. You guys are very close there, and I've been working on what's going to take place next. So yeah, I'd probably be interested in streaming it. I mean, actually, Brian, if you want, I can. If you want me to stream it, if it would be easier on you, could you give me some pointers, maybe some equipment that you use, just to make sure I'm not just diving in shallow waters?
I mean, it's like I said. I didn't go to school for any of this stuff. It's all self-taught. So
Now,
experience counts.
Yeah.
As a player in both of them, let me point out the differences. Brian is doing 5th edition.
Mm-hmm.
Pav is doing Pathfinder 2nd edition, and it's a learning curve on the interface with Pav's.
Yes.
With Brian's, it's fairly simple. We're not, it's not good. It's not an issue. With Pav's, the Pathfinder, it interface is
Different.
it's very different. It's not intuitive, and you have to remember what the hell you're doing.
So, I mean, yeah, you're talking about the Foundry, right? The Foundry piece of it. Yeah. So I've been kind of looking to see if there's actually anything that has, it's a bit more a simpler interface to help things. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the one tool.
Simple.
I don't mind the Foundry. I like all the graphics.
Yeah, simpler.
Yep.
So we'll see.
I like Melinda said, we like the graphics.
It's just learning something new.
When you do a spell, there's a zap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool.
It is.
I enjoy both campaigns. They're very different.
And you were reluctant. You're like, I'm not going to like Pathfinder.
No, that's not what I was saying.
Yes, it's exactly what you said.
That's not what I said. I said, I'm tired of learning a new system. Is that what I said?
That's not what you said.
You know what? Russ and I totally get it, because when I was putting it together, I mean, I was lucky enough that because I had bought the beginner box, I got the module for it actually cheaper through Foundry. So it only cost me maybe another $10-15 to get it. Because then the adventure was there. All the graphics was there. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to kind of understand how the mechanics of Foundry work. So,
and that's cool. And Kiffi, you really need to play the Pathfinder. Trust me, it's fun. and I'm not playing a wizard.
I know.
What am I?
I have no idea.
I think I'm a druid.
I'm playing a paladin.
Gnome. Yep.
Yeah. It's pretty
I'm
good.
playing a paladin. So think about that for a minute.
Yeah. And I'm playing the cleric this time. So, yeah.
You know, Brian, that's actually when I think of the people that play with us, and Kiffi, I mean Mike, I think of as a cleric.
Mm-hmm.
You, I think of a cleric, different ways, and that's really interesting that you chose that.
Okay.
I never followed that.
Well, I think it's you kind of like the whole medic aspect of it, right? The healing portion of it, Brian.
Yeah.
Because when you did, was it Hell Let Loose? You loved playing the field medic.
Yes. Actually, that is my favorite part of that game, is running around and getting people back into the fight. I don't know. It just calls to me, and I think it's always called to me. I mean, I try to kind of explain to it, and talk to my wife about it. As a child, I was very accident prone. To a point where I was in the emergency room most of the time because I would run into stuff. I've never broke a bone, knock on wood, but I have had so many different lacerations. Stitches were a part of my childhood, like a big part of my childhood. So I was, like anytime I ever went to the hospital, the emergency room, I fell in love with what they did there. And so when I joined the Army, that was it. I was like, yep, I want to be a medic. And for my sins, I became one. Yeah. So I'm kind of drawn to it. I love playing cleric. I mean, I love playing paladin, don't get me wrong, but cleric is my second favorite. Yeah.
So, Pav, what you were saying is that we're about to the end of whatever it is we're doing here.
Yep.
You'll have something prepared later?
Yep.
Okay. Can I change class?
Continue on now. Now it's up to you guys if you want to if you want to change your character, if you want to do different characters, that's okay. I mean, I think it's kind of neat if you just carried on with your characters. If you want to do that.
Yeah, but I miss being able to cast spells.
I don't miss being able to burn things to the ground.
Bitch.
It's in the fine print.
We can talk about that when we get to that point. Speaking of which, we probably won't play the end of this month, I'm afraid, because it looks like I will be going to Virginia for a week at end of the month. We'll see. That could change. You never know.
What did you do to deserve Virginia?
We're going to go meet with some folks to talk about something.
Are you going to Richmond?
Okay.
Not Richmond, no. Alexandria, unfortunately.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, well. I know. I'll tell Ed. Maybe we can throw a rock out of here or something.
Yeah. It's kind of a it's kind of a shame. It would have been kind of cool if Ed and we could have all got together. But you're gonna you're gonna be pretty far north of me because I'm like right on the Tennessee border. Because I'm in Tennessee. So.
Brian, you are exactly halfway between me and Ed.
Yes.
So everybody meet at Brian's house.
Everybody just meet at Brian's house. Why not? That would be awesome.
You're in Indiana or Illinois?
What's that?
Mike, you're in Indiana still? Again?
Yeah. Yep. Just one county south of where I was born.
Oh wow!
How far is that from Johnson City, Tennessee?
Oh gosh!
Well, I have no idea.
Well, that's
Oh,
good old Johnson.
Because Brian, do you have conventions that run in your area?
Yeah, there's usually one or two. We have one called RobCon that's usually in September. I don't know if they're doing it this year. I was hoping I was going to get invited back to run a table. I ran one 2 years ago and had a blast. And the tournament director's daughter was at my table, and she had such a good time. She went and told her dad that, oh my gosh, we had such a good time. And so I was kind of hoping I was going to get invited back, but I haven't heard anything. So yeah, there's RobCon, and then there's something Palooza or something. I don't know what it's called. But yeah, no, we have cons in the area. Yeah.
It's 7 hours.
It's
Indianapolis.
7 hours from Indianapolis. Wow. Well, I always wanted to go to Gen Con, and I think that's in Indianapolis, isn't it?
I won't go to too many damn people.
Oh, yeah, it is probably pretty crowded. That's like going to Dragon Con in Atlanta. I'd rather shoot myself than do that.
As a matter of fact, oh, well,
yeah. I mean, the thought of going to Gen Con would be kind of cool, but I think I would just be so pissed off within the first couple hours.
The reality.
So
it'd be like every time we're going to Walmart on a weekend.
What you do is you go to Gen Con the week after, and you go to all the sites, and you go to all the places, and you eat lots of good food, and you have a good time, and you bring your own friend. I mean, yeah, guys, I'm an introvert to begin with. You get more than 50 people in a room, and I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of large crowds. I always look at it from a tactical standpoint. That's just way too many people to have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it wasn't so bad when I was younger, but now I'm getting older. It's like I just don't like people. Sorry.
Either.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go, Russ.
Oh.
Okay. Well, you know what? I think this is probably not a bad place to wrap it up for the evening. Again, I thank you guys for coming out this evening and hanging out. I mean, we put almost 2.5 hours into the stream this evening, and I was only expecting us to do this an hour, and we just took it and ran. So I am very, very pleased. I've actually got a convention sheet up right now of all the conventions for this year, for the rest of the year. So I might post this on Discord so you guys can see if there's something you guys want to know. But no, thanks again. This has been awesome. Joseph, thank you very much for the tons of questions that you had for us.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, it really, I think this will definitely, it's going to be a great podcast session. Because I think there are people out there who would love to know a little bit more about us and what we've seen and done, and in our lives, our strange lives.
I'm not sure if we want to put anything we've done on.
No. That's your limitation. Remember that.
Well,
Come here. Yes, we can talk about that.
That's the beauty of being Gen X, is that there is no video evidence. So hey, we weren't there. We were not there. You have no.
It didn't happen.
We don't know. Yeah, so that's cool.
If it's not written down, it does not exist.
Exactly. So, but yeah, so people watching at home, thank you all very much for doing so. Make sure to check out our podcast over on iTunes and Spotify. Just type in The Mystic Syndicate, and it'll take you right to all of our shows. Where right now, I think we have 60-some episodes up, including some bonus things. And then we also have, I think, 2 episodes of Ed's show up on there as well. So make sure to check that out. Are we playing next week?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay. I didn't know if we're doing Ed's next week, or are we doing POC?
Look, the Dungeons and DiGiorno is an aberration, and when it happens, it happens.
Okay.
It does not follow my planning.
Okay. Okay.
In other words, Thursday POC.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I know. Okay, so that's fine. But yeah, check us out on iTunes and Spotify. Make sure to check out this video and share it with your friends. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We really appreciate that. If you would, please also go over to iTunes and leave us a review on our podcast. We definitely appreciate that as well. It definitely helps kind of skew the algorithm our way, and so more people will get to see what we're doing here. Hopefully they'll like it, and we'll be able to offer more to the masses out there. All right. Well, you guys have a good night, and we'll chat with you next week when I guess we're playing Princess of Celene. All right. Night all.
Good night all.
Storm in the castle.
The Mystic Syndicate podcast is the creation of independent producer and host Brian Anderson. Our players are Ed as Sir Thomas Waverly, Mike G., Pav as Sir Kelex Zelenen, Melinda as Grenna Babbleboots, Russ as Járngrímur, Mike as Kiffi Blackhammer, and Glenn as Timble Snivenblaven. You can visit our podcast page at tmsyndicate.podbean.com. You can also leave a comment and subscribe to our X page at TMSYND. You can also watch our live shows on YouTube at www.youtube.com at The Mystic Syndicate.